Hi there guys, Sam here. Welcome to another video just on the GT4 RS and how it is now rumoured to have up to 500 brake horsepower. So I'll get straight into the video really. So yep, you join me once again for another video, this time on the GT4 RS. Once again, thanks so much for the support recently and for subscribing. And for those of you who are subscribed, thanks for continuing to view the videos and I hope you're enjoying them. I have got a bit of a playlist around other different types of content as well. Mainly Mark 8 Golf R content, which I think is really exciting. Bits on my Mark 7 Golf R, as I've done ownership for that for the last couple of years. Bits on Fast Forward as well. We have a Fiesta ST in our garage. And also Porsche content as well, with the more recent information about this GT4 RS being kind of the highlight of it all. But yeah, so thanks so much for being a part of it, and please subscribe and give this video a like if you'd like to see more content around this. So yeah, I'll get straight into this video, and if you haven't seen my previous video on the GT4 RS, which I've shown before, which has more pictures of it sort of around sort of Germany and the Nürburgring, click on the link just up there. That's just a little bit more of a comprehensive view of the GT4 RS. But what we've heard as of late from just some sort of, as all kind of the rumours go through, is it's going to have around 500 brake horsepower, which is a hell of a lot for a Cayman, particularly as this is their sort of lower end sports car, and Porsche have always had such a difficult problem to have that they never really wanted it to step on the toes of the 911. Now bear in mind that a standard, say the old, I'll say it's not that old, 991.2 911 GT3 had 500 brake horsepower. This, for me, is a rumour that seems slightly unlikely. Certainly I think the Cayman would justify it. I think that mid-engine chassis, slightly less weight than a 911, even though unfortunately new cars are just getting heavier and heavier by the day. It certainly would be able to use and justify that amount of power. I just personally think in terms of like a marketing kind of way from Porsche, it wouldn't make much sense. Now the current generation 718 GT4 has about 415 brake horsepower. And if you compare that even to the 4-litre GTS, which I've done quite a lot of videos on as well, that's only about 15 brake horsepower more. So it's very, very small amounts to then step up from a GTS, which is essentially just an S with a load of options. Obviously, recently getting that same 4-litre engine, which, to be honest, I think this GT4 RS is going to have as well. The flat 6, naturally aspirated. Kind of tells you what Porsche's modelling path is going to be like. So for them to step it up 85 brake horsepower seems so unlikely. But I'll leave a few links in the description of where this kind of information has kind of come from. And a few of you guys, you know, really appreciate the support from a lot of my subscribers, sort of pinging me messages and stuff like that around a bit of latest news as well. So thanks so much for that. It just seems unlikely to me. And for me, the sort of 440, 450 brake horsepower sounds a bit more likely. And to be honest, I still think it'd be a sensational car like that. Because what Porsche have always done is it's always been around the handling. I mean, you look at the rear wing on this thing, and you can tell it's aerodynamically set up for handling. It's not necessarily set up for power on the straights. That wing will ultimately slow it down the faster it gets. But around a twisty track, it's going to be absolutely awesome. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think, you know, it will have 500 brake horsepower? Do you think it's just a set of rumours that's not necessarily going to happen? I personally think it's not going to have it. I think 440, 450 would be a great sort of ballpark benchmark. They've got to make this work. I think when you look at cars which are just dropping off because they ultimately, the manufacturers can't justify making them, they have to be realistic in the long term. And the days of sort of having a car which exponentially rises in value, which ultimately doesn't really help the manufacturer, are kind of over now. So how are they going to kind of place this? I think focus on the handling, focus on how that car feels over power. And yeah, a little bit more power is probably going to help, and I see no reason why they can't get a little bit more power out of it. But 500 brake horsepower seems, unfortunately, something that's not likely to happen. But let's say this is going to be true, and if it is going to be 500 brake horsepower, what an amazing car that is going to be. I think Porsche Caymans from all generations, going all the way back to when it first came out, sort of around 2005, I think a lot of people have always said it can justify a lot more. Maybe this could be their final swan song, where it's like, this is everything we've got thrown at a Cayman. And yeah, looking forward to seeing more about it. Interested also to know where it's going to be, where its price point is going to be. The current Cayman GT4 is about £75,000 in the UK. they're well above list at the moment, but that will probably change relatively soon. But expect this car to be, I'd probably say around sort of the 90 to 95,000, because I don't think they're going to want its price point to step too much on your sort of 992, 911. But let's see and find out. And you know, whenever I get more information, I'll let you know here first, really. And like I've said before, I've got a little bit of a playlist built up on here, so you can check back on other bits if you're interested. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the GT4 RS. I'm really excited about it. It seems like an absolutely great car. And yeah, if I was to have a 2-car garage or whatever, Golf R that I've got, my Mark 7, to have something like that in the garage for like a weekend track tool or whatever, and a pretty decent road card, because Porsches generally are, what a sensational car that would be. And the fact that they're making it in 2020, you know, with 21st of April today, 2020, you know, fair play to them. I've got a lot of respect for them just for sort of even thinking about making a car like that. Particularly when you look at all their other models, it's the SUVs that make the margin, so credit to them. Yep, thanks so much for watching. Please give this a video a like if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe for plenty more automotive content to come. But have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.